Off the Rack, I'm Sal.
I'm Ethan.
And I'm Ben.
Today we're doing Death of Wolverine number 4, the end of the series. Thrilling conclusion by Charles Soule and Steve McNiven.
Last time on Death of Wolverine, you saw lots of cool things happening, and this week it's...
Not that. Some cool things happen, kind of.
Yeah, there are cool things.
Let's kick it off. Yeah. Spoilers galore.
Yeah.
This just came out last week. You haven't had a chance to read it. I mean, if you've been reading the first 3, we've been hyping the shit out of this book. We've loved it to death. We're going to spoil the crap out of it for you. If you haven't read it yet, I suggest
turn this off, watch it later next
favorite
week.
The video, and then watch it later when you're done reading it.
All
Let's
right.
talk about the overall impressions of the story. This is the lowest rated one for me.
Yeah. As a standalone one book where Wolverine doesn't die at the end, it's fine. It's a good story.
Right.
As the conclusion to an epic, supposedly epic, or, like a major event in Wolverine's life, the most major event in Wolverine's life.
The last moment of Wolverine's life.
Incredibly disappointing.
Yeah. I would say it was, like, anticlimactic.
Yes.
Incredibly.
Yeah.
And had very little impact on who Wolverine actually is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And who he has been.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, other than the fact that he dies at the end, it's an utterly disposable story.
Oh, definitely. I thought the writing was spot on. I thought it was
very
great,
little.
sharp. Not very much,
Yeah.
which I kind of like.
You know who talks the entire time? The Doctor.
Yeah.
I thought it was a realistic writing.
Yes.
I really got a feel for the fact that this Doctor is just justifying himself,
Right.
And this is just who he is. He's a windbag, and he's trying to tell this guy who clearly doesn't want to have any of it. No, but duh,
don't you get it?
Don't you see what I'm doing here? It's so important.
Don't you see where I went wrong with you?
Yeah.
And
I can make it
And
better.
there's no point in Wolverine talking back to
No,
saying,
being oh, you'll never get away with this.
all he
beyond
needs to
that.
say is a couple things.
That's
to
the thing.
say,
The villain is monologuing here, but it works.
Yes.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So there's not a lot of back and forth dialogue, but it seems to make sense to me that there wouldn't be.
Yeah.
Especially since I think this is the first time that Wolverine has seen this guy since
long
he was
time.
Long
made.
time. I don't actually know what the history of this.
I feel like we've seen this character before in Wolverine, but let's say for the sake of argument, it's the first time we've seen him since he became Wolverine with adamantium. I thought it was... Well, the writing was really good. I really liked the dialogue. I really liked the story structure. Mm-hmm. What happens in it, not as much.
Yeah.
Nope.
We are introduced to a brand new character we invent just for this issue.
Yep, Major Sharp.
Which really doesn't fit, I think.
Yeah,
I mean,
it's also very rushed.
It's very rushed.
They don't have any time to... he's sawing through Wolverine's claws, and you're well, with what?
Yeah, how?
How does this suit work?
What is his motivation? How does he... Why does he care so much about this?
He follows orders.
Well, yeah,
Right.
they give you a couple lines that he's under control.
Yeah.
He's under mind control or whatever.
Right.
And he's always fighting in his head, and he's honed all of his skills to be perfect.
Yeah.
He's perfectly obedient. He's the perfect soldier,
Right.
I guess.
And now they're just going to make more of them.
But that in of itself could be part of a huge story arc with multiple books, explaining the origin of this guy.
Right.
And it's and this guy's here.
Right, and then
This guy
Wolverine
you've never
defeats
seen.
him.
Yeah.
And so...
Yeah.
By the way, the way that he defeats him is so absolutely disappointing. Because this guy is kicking the crap out of Wolverine for a couple of pages.
Yeah.
Landing every shot, blocking everything, cutting off his rebar claws.
Which are cool.
Yeah.
And then he misses one punch, and Wolverine takes him down in one punch. And you're like...
I liked the wrap-up of that character because it was over. I was so not interested in this stupid fight with this guy I don't give a shit about.
Right.
That to waste precious pages on it.
On a drawn-out fight.
On a drawn-out fight we know Wolverine must succeed in.
Right.
Because I knew they weren't going to kill Wolverine with this new guy they just invented.
Right.
Unless they were going to try and hype him up and have him go I killed Wolverine and now I'll take out the Fantastic Four. No. I kind of like that just because I was thank you.
Yeah.
And Wolverine, it shows Wolverine's clever and he knows his surroundings and he he's a seasoned fighter.
Yes, I will agree with all of that, right up until the point where he destroys the adamantium vat.
Okay.
Yeah.
So let's talk about that because that's the thing that kills Wolverine.
Right. Because he's trying to save a couple people who are going to get adamantium injected into him.
Yep.
So his solution is to go up to the big glass container filled with adamantium, which is about to inject these people, and just bust it open with his claws.
Not shut down the machine.
Not even saw through
the
bottom part of it. Yeah, no.
You could just go shink,
No, they're actually
shink,
closer
done.
than the machine itself.
Yeah. Yeah. He would have just...
Yeah. I mean,
They're
why didn't he just do
severed.
that great move from X-Men Origins Wolverine where he snicks and then he just runs down the line
Right.
and takes them all
Or
out?
spins around. with his
Oh,
claws.
A spin would have been fantastic.
Spin attack? Yeah.
Yeah. Hey, you could have done anything.
It was the dumbest death.
Yeah, it was dumb.
So disappointing for such a great
And
build.
they only did it because they felt like him being covered in adamantium and dying by adamantium
Right.
was somehow like symbolic and meaningful.
Yeah, because
Oh, it's
Wolverine
so
was
cool.
born from adamantium.
Yeah. And to adamantium he shall return.
Then he becomes a dumb fucking mummy
He
statue.
becomes a statue.
He can't even, like, there's this beautiful sunset that, like, I guess he goes up here to see, but he can't see it.
He's covered in adamantium.
Yeah. How does
his
he know
eyes,
he's reached the
his
edge
nose,
of this platform?
his ears. He can't breathe.
Nope. Now, as
Maybe
Ben was
Spider-Man.
pointing out, what's going to happen is obviously one day Wolverine is going to explode out of this adamantium.
Well, yeah, that's what and I was trying to think, like, so how's he going to come back? Because of course he's going to come back.
Because he's going to come back. Because that's the thing. Like, we've been so excited about the Death of Wolverine, and it's been such a great build. Number one, we were either hoping that he was going to retire,
Yes.
or he was going to die and it was going to be awesome. And if he was going to die, he should stay dead because this story has been really, really great.
Yeah.
Like, have it have some meaning.
But
Right.
this issue was so utterly disappointing at the end. All we can do is think about when he's going to come back.
Right.
How we can undo that.
Yeah.
Because you can't let this be the last
Yeah.
Wolverine story.
No.
It's so the ending is so rushed. They try to do this thing where it's like he's reflecting back on his life,
Yep.
and you get 6 panels
Yep.
of key moments from Wolverine's life, and that's it. And then he dies.
They're also out of sequence.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
They're
Which
not
is
in any
weird.
kind of order. You get a couple nicely drawn, extremely well
Oh, no.
drawn panels
Well, that's
of
the
him
thing.
like approaching the edge of this platform in a sunset.
Oh, and the reflection of the light off
Yeah,
of them is
but
really
the entire
beautiful.
thing is like 2 pages.
Yeah.
It's like you need more than that. Like you
No.
got to make it mean something.
Yes.
Have him
If I'm to believe he's actually dead.
give him a
Right.
thought. Because after the adamantium hits him, there's no monologue.
No.
No, he
There's
gets
no
one
thought process?
He says enough, which is okay. That's
I like
kinda
that.
Cool. He's like, that's enough.
Yes.
I've had enough because the guy's yelling at him like, "What have you done? What have you done, Wolverine?" And
Yeah.
then like, besides kill people, and then you see some stuff that he's done, and he's like,
Yeah, and
that's
it's like,
enough."
Yeah, and some
So,
of
like,
them, yeah, I've done enough.
It's a nice idea, but it just feels so rushed.
It was very
I
rushed.
got like no emotional impact from this
no.
at all.
No, zero emotional resonance for the end of this. And that is so utterly disappointing.
Yeah.
Now, really quick, let's talk about the art. I really don't want to rush it, but Steve
Oh,
McNiven's
it's so
art is
good.
phenomenal.
Really great.
Once again, top of his A game.
Yeah.
Love the moment when he cuts his hand and he displays it for
Oh.
for Cornelius.
Yes. And that's a fun little story moment too, because he's
yeah.
like, "I wanted you for your healing factor." It's
It's like,
"Oh
well,
yeah,
I don't have it. The only thing that
fuck
I was
you.
born with, and I don't
Yeah.
have it for you.
And then he's just like, "Oh, well, never mind. I'll just kill you then." Like,
That was a great moment for the Doctor. We're
Yeah.
just like, huh, I guess I had some television there. Anyway, kill him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's the end of that. We need to get you out of here because holy shit. But the art is gorgeous.
Looks great.
I liked that they chose like Nevada, I guess, just because it's such a beautiful. He's got these gorgeous.
Yeah.
And we have one point of contention between us. In my opinion, Logan doesn't kill the Doctor at the end. The Doctor
Oh.
just dies from his wounds.
From it, he gets a piece of glass like what?
Embedded in him, and you can kind of tell like
So
there's a look
Wolverine-
on
Pretty
his,
serious.
and there's a look on his face that says like this might be it for me.
Yeah.
So, like, in my opinion, Wolverine doesn't even kill this guy, which I think is cool. Because he's just like, all you ever been is a killer. What have you ever done?
Actually, now that I think about it, like because there's no blood on his like adamantium husk when he walks away, it could be that like the last thing that Cornelius says and does is like chastise his creation and then die.
It's possible. Maybe they must have wanted it to be ambiguous. Otherwise, like they would have shown it clearly that he either left him alive or didn't. But instead, there's a cut.
Oh no, he's dead.
You know?
Like
well, yeah, but I mean, left him to die of his own like causes.
Right.
But you can't tell because there's a cut with several panels where implying time passes, and in the next frame, he's past the body, so you
Exactly.
don't know what happened.
And the Doctor's dead.
yeah.
the doctor's
like,
like he's keeled
he's on
over, his
the ground,
glasses
that's
are
it.
coming off.
Yeah,
Like
his eyes are open and he's just
Yeah.
he's dead. So ultimately, the question is Death of Wolverine #4 a pass or is it a buy?
It's a pass.
for me, it's a buy. Mostly because of the art, and also because, like I said before, as a standalone comic, I think it's great. It's just, as the end of the series, it's kind of disappointing, but I think it's worth having, it's worth seeing.
Yeah, I think like if you're gonna go on the journey, you gotta get the last leg of it. It's just too bad that the last leg is kind of a misstep.
Yeah.
Here's the thing. If all 4 issues were together in one book,
Yeah.
I would not buy that book.
No, because
Because then
Yeah.
you're stuck with this shitty ending.
Yeah.
it's too
That
bad.
is true.
I'd buy 1 through 3.
Oh,
I enjoyed
yeah.
1 through 3. I don't
Yeah.
want 4.
No. Yeah, I feel like it might... This issue, for me, is a buy. But it's a begrudging buy.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
Because you want the set.
because you got to finish it. Like,
Right.
I would really, I would kick myself. I was reading 1 through 3, and then I was like, how'd that end? Oh yeah, I didn't buy it because I was so angry with this book.
Yeah, and you'd miss some nice moments.
Yeah,
There's some
I think
stuff
McNiven's art just makes it a buy, just
Yeah.
automatic buy.
Yeah.
Plus, we got the cover we wanted.
Yeah.
There's no extra stuff really.
At the beginning.
Well, there's covers.
We get these covers for books that are going to come out later.
Which
Right.
I really don't care about.
Do.
No, all the fallout. Yay.
Yeah, that huge amount of like extra behind the scenes stuff where it's just like, here are the panels.
Yeah.
Here are the
So
sketches
great.
and the pencils and things, and here are our thoughts on them.
Yeah.
You don't get that.
No.
I'm wondering if they knew, because if they tried to explain themselves killing off
do have-
Wolverine like that.
They do
Yeah.
have a page where they just little.
Yeah, there's this
blurbs,
moment. Well, these are reflections from the
Yeah.
creators. They're just saying like,
which I read, and they were.
I read them as well, and I thought they were nice. Yeah, it was a nice like farewell, and,
Yeah, I didn't
and
read
that's
them.
something that you don't get very often.
I didn't read them because I was disappointed.
Yeah, that's fair. The finale of the epic Charles Soule, Steve McNiven, Death of Wolverine series. You can pick it up at your local comic book store or online. I am Sal.
I'm Ethan.
And I'm Ben.
Don't forget to click this annotation here to see every episode Off the Rack we've ever done. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and we'll see you next time on Off the Rack and TV Little House. Bye, guys.